safety valve is Todd Gurley. He's got room. Dives to the pylon. Touchdown, Georgia. What an athletic lead for Todd Gurley.
Give it to Gurley. Starts straight, breaks out, bounces to the near side, stiff arms. Gurley 20, Gurley 25. He hurdled a man. Oh my goodness! He hurdled a guy and got about 8 more yards. Wow. Falling down at the 40-yard line. Gurley just explodes for 26 and a first down.
He is going to throw it. Lofts it up in the air, looking for the tight end. Blazevich down to the 28-yard line.
Got the number wrong. It was 83 as opposed to 14, but he can do it all, ladies and gentlemen. How about that?
50 yards.
But just came here to tell y'all where I'll be taking my talents to next year, and that'll be the University of Georgia. Go Dogs.
We have to understand too that student athletes are first and foremost students.
For the most part, the high school age kid is and the junior college kid. So I'd say that range is generally 15 to about 21.
I don't think they're too young. I mean, I don't think waiting any longer completely changes it. I think that it is a young age. It is a very impressionable age. When we talk about starting to recruit kids in junior high, essentially, they're not necessarily making their decisions until later. You get early verbal commits, but I don't think it's too young. I mean, there's no reason to wait any longer, because, by all accounts, the rest of high school seniors are making decisions as to where they're going to go after high school, whether that's college, whether that's pursue a career, whether it's travel, whatever it is. So I don't think 18 is too young. I think we are recruiting very young.
Typically they're high school age kids. A freshman for the most part will be 14 to 15 years old. And, if you go as far as junior college, what we just spoke to, those kids will be more like, 20, 21. You can recruit kids earlier. Recruiting's getting earlier and earlier, every year. A kid can be a recruitable athlete as young as a 7th or 8th grader, especially if he starts, coming to your institution for, visits and camps and, things of that nature. So, it gets earlier and earlier every year.
But being years and years into a recruitment process, I still feel like with the right resources, the right information, you can make a very good decision for yourself at 18.
Well, obviously you look for, the athletic side of young kids who have, good ability to play the game. And that usually correlates with both size and speed at that respective position, But then it is also important too, you get into things such as their grades, so academics are very important. Character obviously is a huge deal. You have no way of knowing everything about a kid as he enters your program, but you certainly want kids that you've done a little bit of homework on, and both at the high school and the community, that sort of thing, they check out, so to speak. There's not a lot of red flags, and then once they get on your respective campus, you have things to piggyback on that, such as character education, and there's a lot of other little avenues to make sure they're doing the right things.
You've got a lot of people in your business, right? So you have a lot of support, which is really, really nice. You have tutors, you have mentors, you have nutritionists, you have psychologists, you have athletic trainers, coaches, and the list goes on and on. And to some, that can be really intimidating because all of a sudden, boom, like everybody collapses upon you. And it all is well-meaning, but it can be really intimidating because you have all these eyes watching you too.
Do I think that the public nature of it is too much? Yes. There's way too many people involved in the decision-making process. I do think that it's a private matter that really has to be determined by a player's family, maybe immediate people around them. But I do think that it's very overwhelming to have, your name blasted on TV. I think there's a lot of public attention that's given to it that really should be more private. It's happening when in the past, signing day was not a nationally televised event. It happened at a high school. If you happen to go to high school with somebody who signed for a college or university, maybe you knew signing day happened, maybe you didn't, maybe they did it in the gym, with the table and set everything up. And your local media was there. And that was about it. Somebody would write about it in a paper and we go on. But now we're sending people to college campuses, we're sending people to high schools, we're, in people's front yards of their homes, seeing where their kids are going to school. So hands down, technology has completely shifted all aspects of recruiting.
It's changed a lot, especially from where I sit. I've been involved in recruiting a good decade now, maybe more. Huddle, for instance, is a tool online on a computer. You don't have to have a old school VHS tape or a DVD. We still receive DVDs that we can put in and we can watch, a respective kid. But for the most part, Huddle has sped up the process and really made it user-friendly for people because it's, it's tapeless. It's, CD or DVD-less. It's, you just basically are online and you can watch the guys. The other social media, such as the Twitter and the 247s, Rivals, any of the other stuff, they provide good services, with respect to, they're kind of compete against one another to be the first to know about guys, and you have all the other camps and clinics, so they'll post pertinent information that you can have access to. We don't always go by those things, nor do I think other schools, because the way they may see a kid may be totally different the way our guys see them. But I think the social media has brought more kids to the attention with the camps and combines and those sorts of things. And it's a social media world, the way you recruit kids now with, Twitter, for instance, and, Facebook. Now there's permissible times when you can and can't talk to kids, via those things. For instance, you can't talk at all to a kid unless he's a junior in high school by social media. And for instance, Twitter, you can have a conversation with a junior in high school per direct messaging. But conversely, on the regular phone, you can't text back and forth with the kid. So even though DMing is Twitter and you're texting basically, but it's through the social media Twitter. But you cannot do that through your regular phone. So first and foremost, we live in a world today that's real eye candy, flashy. New facilities are happening all over campus. Everything from the weight rooms to the locker rooms to meeting rooms, players' lounges. All those things are real appealing to young respective student athletes. I don't know that those things win games for you, but having a nice facility helps. But then again, selling the people, that are the ultimate part of the football program, the head coach, the assistant coaches, personalities that they possess, the genuineness of, those people involved, the head coach, the assistant coaches, the whole recruiting staff as a whole. I think that's a way to sell your program.
It's always happened. You always have players who want to go somewhere and then they're like, no, I don't want to go there. We just pay more attention to it now.
Wow. I'll be attending the University of California, Los Angeles.
Whoa!
I just started telling them, I'm gonna just go with my heart. My heart was at UGA, so I'm gonna go with my heart. And my heart was telling me a dog on my back, so I'm just a dog,
It never was unheard of for players to decommit. It has happened since the beginning, probably, of recruiting. Stopping like, wow, this felt like home. This is where I want to be. Natural decision-making process. I think players are very much using college as that stepping stone to a professional league. But I think where it becomes problematic for me is that they really believe it. They really believe that in 3 years they're going into the NFL. And that's not the case. Not all of you are going to make it. All of you said it on signing day, but clearly there's not going to be enough spaces for all of you to go.